Well, hey guys, this is DD1 here. Yes, this is me. Because I'm showing myself, I'm gonna get a ton of memes made out of me, I know, but yeah, so on with the video. 5,000 subscribers is a crazy thing. I never thought that there'd be that many people, or I guess alt accounts, that would actually care about this stuff. But it's great, it's incredible. And as you can see, I have all this stuff all around me right now. I mean, we've got right here 2 prototype unreleased characters, and we have some rare ones. And yeah. Sorry, I'm on the spot right now, but yeah. I just wanted to say, although my videos, I know they don't get as many views as other members, but I'd like to say thank you for caring. Like, those of you that actually watch it, thank you. Like, because I'll make those long videos. Like, I'll make the road trip videos where it's like, we start out in my house and we go to the middle of nowhere to get a Jason, and I go with like my friend Will, and we show everything along the way, or like with my friend Jack or Powergast, how we made the skit with the zombie squirrel, and then just doing the video of like that special spirit location. And yeah, and another great thing is that the Gemmy Fan only lives like an hour and a half away from me, so I can actually go to his place, check out his collection, and he can come check out mine. And we've done a lot of great deals, and then he's fixed a lot of my stuff. In fact, the only life size that does not work properly, for the most part, to its full capability in this room would be the Jason Voorhees, which I don't know if you can see me pointing to this right now, but everything else works very well when it is activated. So I'm very thankful for that, because some of these things did absolutely nothing. They were brought back to life. Some of them had come from rough areas and didn't move at all, and now they move all the way. Some things had board issues, but they were sort of rigged up to do something, to do a little more than what they already did. So I'd like to thank him for that. I'd also like to thank everybody else that's really helped with this channel. And I know I'm not the most exciting person, but yeah, guys, I mean, just thank you so much. And if you think we're just doing it for the views, for that YouTube AdSense, then you're wrong, as of now at least, because since the channel did used to exist before this specific channel, and then we were like roughly 2,000 subs. But in that Hank Williams Jr. video, got the channel terminated, and I'm pretty sure that's what went down. But, and just like a little over a year, we're at almost like roughly 5,000 subscribers now. So it's just really incredible how that many people actually care about this stuff. But yeah, so if you're watching this, thank you for actually listening to me ramble on. Be sure to subscribe, and don't subscribe just because you know that you're helping us get money or whatever, because as of now we're not getting money from this. We're just trying to help you guys. We're trying to use good quality cameras to show these things being restored, show them in store if they're new, and then just tell you about them, show what they do. Because there's people that are subscribed here that they're younger like we used to be, and they're growing up with twerking bears and stuff, so they can actually experience these older things. But yeah, I've probably talked way too long for this part, but thank you guys for watching. And yeah. So this is my first Gemmy item. It seems unbelievable. It actually, the lever broke, but then it fixed itself, which is surprising just using it. But there's this homeless man in my old church in downtown Atlanta named Charzy. He would give me these various like little novelty items every once in a while. He actually at one point got me a a Where's Waldo puzzle set thing. Then he got me a little actual M&M's radio, although it didn't work. And he got me this, and that's where it started for me. But I didn't really consider this, like, this was just a gift. Like, I didn't really know what Gemmy was when I got this. But then, like, the first Halloween item was this swinging skillet here, the 2006 model from Kroger, the grocery store. I remember them having the half-size heads-up created by Magic Power there, and they had this, and I think a couple spirit balls, this little guy that rose out of a coffin. So I got him. He was actually sitting on top of, I believe, a little blender in a box. And, well, this one's particular one was, but they had like 3 of these and 3 of the animated rocking skeletons. And besides the mouth, this guy still works great. And then here's the rocking skeleton. Now, you're probably thinking, why is he bald? And I got him like this. He was at the bottom of a bunch of wigs and stuff, a clearance bin. My dad told me, you can just get one next year, and I was like, I really feel like, keep in mind I was very young at this time, but I was just really thinking, for some reason, I don't know why I came up with this thought, but I was thinking, but what if there's not any there next year? And he was like, well, you can get this one, but then there'd be better ones next year. And sure enough, 2007 hits, and these guys aren't there. But at the Kroger. But then there were some more interesting things. And I remember my mom looking on the Gemmy.com because she got off the box or the battery cover or whatever, and I remember seeing the picture of this, and it said available at Kroger. And then 2007 comes around, and I walk into Kroger one day, and they have Dr. Shivers, who you may be able to see over there. And then they had the gray-haired butler. They had this display Dr. Shivers with 2 ones in the boxes, and they only had the display gray-haired butler. They didn't see any boxes. It was just the one. That was the display. I was just so fascinated by those characters. I remember I went on the Gemmy website and I started seeing these pictures, and I started to get good with like Microsoft Word, so I would copy and paste these pictures into Word documents on our old desktop computer we had. And so I just started taking pictures, and so that's why the stock photo of the Great Hair Butler still exists today, because I saved it and eventually put it on a little website my dad and I made together, which is now plagued with ads, by the way. Yeah, so, and I remember seeing these weird things called spirit balls, and I was like, what is that? When I saw them, I went home, then the other day after, I was just mentioning it to my dad, and I was like, wow. I looked on the website and I was like, oh my gosh, there's big ones, there's different characters, this is so interesting. Of course I wasn't saying those exact words because I was like in the 1st grade, but yes. So I really like the spirit balls. The ones they had at Kroger, they had 3 of the Small Mad Scientist. Little did I know that was going to be like the rarest small one. And they had 3 of the witches. And I wanted to get one really bad, but I just hadn't gotten one. And then Halloween night, I go with my dad to the Walgreens down by the Publix, and they actually had, I didn't know this at the time, but they had some of the 2006 small spirit balls that are really loud in the full box at Walgreens. And I had to choose, it was Halloween night, do I want the monster, the witch, or the skeleton? I ended up going with the skeleton. And that thing was really loud, much louder than the others. And we actually set it up in the front porch, and I have a picture, which I may or may not include in the video right now, of me on the front porch ready to go trick-or-treating, and you see that spirit ball. And that was really interesting. And then November 1st comes around, and it's, my parents are like, okay, everything's on sale, I guess you can get that one spirit ball now. Because they were normally retailing for $19.99, so it'll be $10. And we went to the Kroger, and they still had the life sizes, but there weren't any of the spirit balls by the time I was able to get any. And we went to the other Kroger, which is like not that far away, and they had one in the clearance bin with all the costumes and all that junk. And the batteries were so low, you would press the button, the head would basically twitch and flash the lights, and it would die. And that very one is right here. The box has been here and there, and this is not the original insert in the box, but over time I managed to keep all the things. Keep in mind, I was a first grader, and I managed to hold on to this box. I'm honestly really proud of myself, and the little price label thing, although it needs to be re-glued. But yeah, I mean, the mouth still doesn't work. I don't know if I want to open it up or anything, but yeah, I mean, it still stands here. And then for, I believe it was my birthday, 2008, because I had actually gone to Walmart, and I had seen like the Postal Reaper Heads of Parody, but then there's this big pyramid of the small spirit balls, like the witch, the skeleton, the swami, the brain monster, you know, all those. And I really liked them. I liked the swami in particular. I just never ended up going back to get them. And then on eBay, my dad and I actually found a small swami. I guess it was a fair price, and we ordered it. It was I would assume it wouldn't be Christmas, but I guess my birthday gift. And that spirit ball is right here. This thing has its fair share of issues. The mouth works on and off. It has the original insert though, which I'm surprised about, honestly. And the head still swivels, although it's very noisy, which has always been like that. But yeah, I still have this, and it has this distinctive, like, scratched out Walmart price tag on it. And my profile picture on my YouTube channel is actually the picture from the listing. I had it saved on the old hard drive. A year or so ago, we were able to actually access the files from. And I also found the listing, oddly enough, on WorthPoint, which was really weird to see. So that picture from the listing is my YouTube cover photo, or not cover photo, profile picture. And yeah, so this was 2008. I was really into this stuff. I ended up going to Walgreens, and they had this, which is the 2004 model, and they had the, I guess, 2007 or 6 model with the head beholder skeleton. And I don't know what told me to get this one. Well, this one's actually had batteries in it, and the box was bigger, so I ended up picking this one of the two. And it worked great until one point the head literally flew off, so now it's basically super glued in there. But it's funnier because when he says it's in here, he just shakes his hips, he doesn't actually catch his head. So it's one item I actually like not working all the way, I guess. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, when I was talking about the whole Kroger thing in 2007, I remember going to the main location that I first saw them at, and the Dr. Services glove had fallen off on the ground, the one that just that's like this, not holding the beaker. And I remember trying to, like, I think I almost asked somebody for a stapler to just put it back on. But then the gray hair butler was in the 3-foot position, but he wouldn't stand up, and they were marked down. The bulb was $19.99, and the Dr. Shivers was $32.99. My dad liked the butler, but my mom just didn't want anything like that in the house, and so I wasn't able to get him. And I remember my dad telling me one day that he went to Kroger and the butler was gone. And when I got home from elementary school, and I was so upset. And we went there, and they had the Dr. Shivers missing the glove, and that was like one of the last things there. And the butler was gone. I was just devastated. And I just remember that. And I went another time, and that Dr. Shivers was gone. So there's pretty much nothing good there. And we actually then checked the other one, and they still had Dr. Shivers. So I actually don't know what caused this to happen, but my dad with his little flip phone took a picture of me with that Dr. Shivers. And I have no clue how the picture turned out this good, but when we were able to access the hard drive last year, I actually found the picture, which was just mind-blowing. And I had been looking for that picture. I've been asking my dad about it, looking on computers, going crazy trying to find it for the past several years, basically since like 2009. And this was 2017, March 2017, when I finally got to find it. And I even got it framed, so here it is. It's a little dusty. But you can actually see the witch portrait in the shopping basket and the $32.50 tag at the bottom. I'll move this a little closer so you can see all the details, but there he is. And so, yeah, and then like 10 years later, I finally get one of these things. And then like 6 months after that, I find one of these during the summer, one of the gray-haired bellers, because those things, if you guys think they're fairly common, you never saw one. I had seen one on eBay in my whole life up to that point. That was a few years back with the box, but that was the first time I had seen the box since they only had the display model at the store. But it was on the Portland, Oregon Craigslist, which, since I'm in Georgia, that's basically the opposite side of the country. And I was messaging the guy with info about it. I was not as mature as the time of course, but I remember just mentioning shipping, and he was like, "Are you stupid? That's what eBay is for." And he took down the listing, and I was so devastated. I remember talking to Ethan Hyman about that. And sorry, Bailey's just looking at me right now. But this is his camera recording, but then he put it back up. I messaged him about it. He took it down again. He put it back up. He took it down. Then he put it back up. And I told my Aunt Amy, because she actually lives like 10 minutes away from the dude's house. It was like $90. She went over. I paid her through PayPal, and she went over there and actually picked it up from this guy on Craigslist. And then, because she didn't know how to take the head off, so it was in this huge box. She had gotten the two Lowe's boxes and put them together, but the head was still on, so it was huge. It would be like $300 UPS to get across the country. But it was only $68 on the Greyhound bus. I swear, that took about 2 months to get here, but when it did, the beller came. It was working great. I was so happy. I set it up in my room, actually, like my actual bedroom next to the Dr. Shivers. And I felt accomplished with that. And yeah, so starting from like 2014, because once I got the Bone Collector in 2013, he is in the box over there. That was like when I was allowed to start getting life sizes. So after all that time, I only had a few tabletops from stores. Not even any. I had a few Christmas inflatables. But I just started finding these things on Craigslist for like $75 each. I remember for my Dr. Shivers, my dad and I did a road trip together. It's a really good experience, but to get that and the Zolt and everything, that was like a 5-hour drive into the middle of nowhere. The Jason Fortune Witch Glowing Mummy, those are all on a sale where they had a Dr. Shivers for $300. It was had with the box in sort of rough shape. But these guys, who I believe have snatched up a lot of the stuff I've tried to get that's just been sold randomly. Because it was like sale Sunday at 3 or Saturday at 3. And they messaged the lady 5 days early and reserved it, which is completely against the rules. But yeah, so I felt gypped there, but because I didn't spend the $300 on that, I was able to get the other 3 life sizes. And actually my Green Eye Floating Ghost for $5 with the box. And this little dude right here, if you can even see him in the shot. Yeah. So at that point I started to get more, and now I have the big collection I have today. I have all the tabletops. I almost, including prototypes and samples of life sizes, tabletops, and inflatables, I have almost like 30 of those things preserved here in this like room, which is insane. 4 of those being inflatables. So yeah, that's pretty much my little summary of my story of how I got to this point. But I know you probably clicked out of the video at the 2-minute mark, but for those of you who were troopers and went through this, hope you got something out of this. If you are just getting into it, maybe this will inspire you to pursue this stuff more in a good way, of course. Yeah. So now I'm being joined by this guy. Yep. You want to say a few words?
Absolutely. This stuff, you know, when I think of myself as an Andy, per se, as corny and as crappy as that sounds. It's pretty true, because this is stuff that I got as a kid. You know, even though this is not mine, it still represents what someone had as a kid and still has to this day. And bottom line is, never forget where you started. Never ever forget your childhood. What made you, what inspired you to go through with this hobby and a future of some sorts. If you're really good at fixing things, or you're really good with design, if you're just really interested in the item itself or what it's, you get what I'm saying. But never forget where you started. Never.
I mean, he's definitely right, and this stuff can really inspire you to have like different careers. Like, just with these products, you can do voice acting, you can do product design, you can do marketing, you can be a wholesaler, you can be, if you end up, you can do like an online holiday business or whatever. You can be a retailer. I mean, just
you can learn from the mechanics.
And you can become an engineer that builds like Android robots, like with an AI or whatever. Just from experiencing this stuff, there's so many career paths you can take. You could be a comic book artist coming up with characters like this. I mean, it's endless. So if you sort of gotten into this hobby, don't go away from it. Even if you just find yourself buying more, just restrain yourself a little bit, but
restrain yourself.
At least enjoy what you have.
Don't bury yourself in it. Don't be like some people to where they continue buying and buying and buying, but it serves no purpose and it gives no permanent satisfaction. It's just temporary happiness. You know, when you could have, some kid out there could have 10,000 items of the same company, but still not be satisfied with what he has. But then there are some people that have 20 of a collection from one company, and that they cherish it more than anything else in the world, you know, as far as materialistic items go.
And if you're starting out, if you happen to be younger, your parents may just say, you're never satisfied, you always want more. Well, my parents told that to me. But with my collection right now, I'm pretty freaking satisfied. And,
same.
And they always say, you get it, you have the enjoyment of successfully finding the item and you just move on to the next thing. Well, with me at this point, I enjoy the things I have. I have the memories of each thing where I got it, but instead of just trying to find the next one to check it off the little list, I actually enjoy these things for years to come, and will probably have them a good chunk of my life, honestly. At least
a majority of my adulthood, I hope to hold on to most of these things.
And honestly, when it comes to like buying life sizes, besides new things that come out that happen to be good, because thankfully they're going in the right direction with that at this point. Don't get me started on 2015, guys. But yeah. Mostly I'm just going for like prototypes and stuff to preserve them, because like just to have them all in one spot, just to maybe one day feature them in a toy museum, like here's things that were rejected or whatever.
And you know, that's actually has been a thought in a lot of our heads for quite a few years now, is some sort of a toy museum, you know, not just dedicated to this stuff, but stuff that's out of the ordinary, just plain old classic toys, collectibles, from, you know, even from the basic wind-up toys from the 30s to now, to these advanced holiday decorations. You know, it's just an assortment of all kinds of novelties, basically. And that's what Gemmy started out as, is a novelty company. And they advanced to holiday decorations and to what you see here.
In fact, the funny thing is, on these Spirit Ball boxes on the back, it says, actual item, okay, sorry. This item is not a toy and should be used for decorative purposes only. So if someone judges you like, oh, you just have all these toys, well, you can just tell them, read the box full.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
But let's be honest, we use these as toys.
As a kid, I played with them as if they were toys because I didn't enjoy the everyday Tonka truck from Toys R Us. That just it was never entertaining me. My parents tried to get me that traditional stuff and it never stuck. But when I got my first snowflake spinner, when I got my first talking skull for Halloween or my first floating ghost, that stuck. And it stuck for reasons that I'll never understand till this day. It's just, and I can't help it. You can't help it. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, exactly. I was really into the computer game UB Funkies, The Sims 2, that computer game. I really liked the games on the Wii. I liked Legos, Pez dispensers.
I liked fans. I liked. I've always been a collector of things. When it's not this, it's something else.
I remember always having a big phase of being into Angry Birds.
Yeah.
And I would almost have like a cycle between Pez, Legos, this stuff. When it got to the point, especially when I actually met people doing this stuff, it got to the point where this almost became like the permanent one. Like there wasn't a cycle of
someday you stuck with.
Like I happened to get a Pez dispenser with this weird person yesterday. It's the first Pez dispenser I'd gone in a while, but I still have them displayed here because I'm proud of that. But I still have my other collectible things. But this is my passion. It's just this stuff. Although it's just stuff, you can meet people through this stuff. You can make a profit through this stuff. I mean, these little annoying pieces of trash. Sorry, Jimmy, but I ended up going to 7 at-home stores with my dad. I bought 16 of these things for $3.75 each, and I sold them for $24.99 or best offer. So from roughly 4 of those, I made close to $100 from just these. So even though some people say we're such a materialistic society, these things can help you earn a living in some ways, especially if you are not able to have a job or be employed.
Well, especially as a minor, starting at at the ages of 10 or 12, when you're not legally able to get a full-paying job, sell some things, buy some things, buy and sell. That's about the easiest way and the most efficient way to do this stuff. Start out with that, and if you find something that you like,
I mean, I found a leg-kicking monkey at Go for $1.01, and I sold it to somebody for $30. I mean, this stuff can help you financially. If you're in a financial problem and you buy leftover inventory from a holiday store or whatever, Walmart, you name it, it can actually help you financially. So it's not just the collecting. This stuff can just touch different aspects of your life. I mean, my church will have a fall festival, and
same here.
I ended up starting to bring props, do a little haunted walkway, the BPC haunted walkway. There's a few terrible video quality clips on my channel from the 2 or 3 years we did it, and everybody loved that there. At one point I had the general store from Spirit set up there because he brought it from Spirit to the church, so I was there for that 1 year. But
yeah,
I mean,
but you get the point. You get the point of all this stuff and the value and the personal connection that I guess you could say we have with the hobby and the products involved in it. And yeah, I know we're both here. You're going to be making memes as far as the eye can see. But
for those of you who don't know, our fan base, there's some weird people out there. You guys,
plenty.
Some of you guys are weird.
Plenty.
Really weird.
Stay clear from them.
Like I've had pictures sent to me where my head's photoshopped and like some guy from Futurama and stuff. Like, I'm not joking.
It's some interesting stuff, but it's also very concerning at the same time.
There's videos of our heads photoshopped on people.
But that's what comes with this stuff. This is social media. You post this stuff. You're not only posting this stuff, you're posting about yourself. So when you do that, demonstrate yourself in a professional manner. A manner that inspires people, not one that drives people away or intrigues them to do stupid things.
The one thing that just really changed you, besides like politics or whatever, is just how so many people, especially the big YouTubers, they did it for the money. But with our channel here, not only are we doing it to inform you guys on what things are, what year they're made, whatever, how they work on the inside, how to fix them, what they do, what they look like, we also do this because we ourselves like to watch these reviews. Like we like to, like
They're
when he fixed my junk, I like to watch my junk in 1080p. And let's just say Flaky Francis, her board explodes one day. There's a video of her, and it's just cool, like seeing someone else take your thing and transform it into what it used to be. And at least I can say that.
Well,
yeah.
For me, I feel the same way, but you know, when I work on this stuff, I'm in the zone. You know, I'm another person when I'm working on this stuff. You know, I have to be in a room by myself.
If you guys are ever concerned that we're doing this for the money,
we're not.
I mean,
this is pure opposite of monetization.
Unless you have like 100,000 subscribers, it's not even a point running the ads. It just deters people. Like they have to play do like 2 ads in a video. But if they're just decent amount of views, there's no point making them watch ads to be able to see your content, especially if it's not a big deal for the money.
And
like
don't
if
let
oh, you made 20 cents from this video. Like that's not worth it.
And don't let monetization take away from the real base of your YouTube channel. And you know, and you can make fun of us all you want for showing ourselves and expressing ourselves, and you know, but you know,
memes are coming, guys.
Oh yeah, the memes are coming. I'm expecting them. I really don't care. I could care less. Some of them are actually kind of funny though. I'll give them that. But you know, there are some people that will never, ever even think to show their face. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. That's just a personal preference. Everybody has their own opinions towards that stuff. But you know, I felt that it was necessary because this channel has gone so far in the past, almost 3 years now. February 21st will be almost 3 years on the dot. So just knowing that will be something else.
Because you hear these voices, you may as well know where they're coming from.
Yeah, you may as well know the person that's presenting this quality, these quality repairs, quality animatronics.
Quality.
Yeah, quality. Per se. It all varies.
In this room right now is probably the only fully functional Zoltan in the world, I'll be honest. All those crayons are just so jacked up. There's a lot of life sizes in here that where the mouth was broken, and this guy right here, props to him. Not props, no pun intended. Like the brain monster, he got a Billy Bass mouth and like used hot glue or whatever the heck, and he basically made a mouthpiece for that. Like different people are growing in different aspects. Like I'm growing with the whole like history of these items when they were made, the stock photos, just information about how everything works, like with the business part of it. I may even go into business in college, I'll be honest, which may have been sort of developed through this stuff. He's obviously more on the mechanical side. He's a genius when fixing his stuff. Francis doesn't have a single, or the clone, they don't have a single screw in their head. Well, he added some in the clone. That's a different story. She didn't have any screws in her head, and he managed to actually rebuild the mouth mechanism completely and seal it back up to where it's not going to just snap off again. Although it's really delicate plaster mold material. But I mean, props to him. He's, as I said, the only life size that doesn't work 100% really that it can in this room is the Jason, which the parts to fix that are just sitting
right there,
sitting at his feet. He's just a pain.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, I've been in just about every single life size in this room. Just about. I've been in. They've been dismantled completely and reassembled to the best of their ability.
So yes, thank you very much. And for those of you that are asking him, repair my junk, please. He just doesn't want to get overwhelmed. I mean, I really don't. I think he may consider, if you message him privately and you like give a real good explanation, you pay for the shipping back and forth, whatever. Maybe he'll do it. I can't obviously speak for him on that.
No, as far as that goes, it all depends. It all depends on how well I know the person. It used to be just any person that just feels like messaging me, hey, can you repair my crap? That was fine back then. But, you know, after so long of working on this stuff and having people message you left and right, on and off, you got to know, you got to be specific. You can't just say okay to every single person that wants you to repair something. That's not going to work. You're just going to overwhelm yourself.
That's one reason why, like, Jordan has the GoPro, like why he makes the restoration videos, because with me, I do not have the capability. Like, some people can read music, well, I can read music, but some people just, they can't play an instrument. I just can't fix things. I mean, I fixed a few neck mechanisms and obviously my replacing the speaker job was not very good. It worked for a little bit.
Yeah, it worked for a little bit. I had to go back.
I put in a gear from like 2003 that was not split yet in the Brain Monster. It split again and the neck fried. But the Mr. Zombody, I got the head turning working. You guys can get props to me for that.
Yep.
It's just not my talent. That's his talent.
We're all different.
My
in so
talent
many
is
different
more
ways.
of the like
historical.
Sort of yeah.
Those
of you who don't know, I run that archive. It's me. I run the YouTube channel. I run that page.
The Gemmy Archives is his channel. Just if you guys have stuck around this long, that's what you get. That's just a little, I guess you could say, sneak
peek. The YouTube
peek.
channel is all me. There's like one other person that rarely posts on the Facebook page besides me, and there's like 2 people that rarely, on occasion, post on the website besides me. All that was just me in my spare time because I don't do much. I mean, I'm in the band, but
Yep.
I'm no jock. I don't throw balls at people. I sit in my room. And I'm no gamer either, but
No, I'm not a gamer either. I fix things. We're just
see, some people will use the keyboard and then he'll be the one to fix the keyboard.
There's always got to be someone out, and I want to take this stuff into the inventing category, the engineering field, the professional type stuff.
Because eventually this plastic's going to be brittle and stuff. I mean,
if we're even dealing with this stuff in 30 years,
if
it's
you
just
think about it, like if he gets so advanced with like animation and stuff, like the Rocket Fire Explosion bands, they still are around.
Maybe I might pick me up one of those.
We could honestly get with these life sciences, we could get the outfits, the latex masks, the eyeballs, the hands, all that stuff, and actually make you're laughing at me, but watch, you'll probably do it. But do like a pneumatic, like compressed air controlled. We could actually a redesigned character, but with the same look. I mean, no telling where he's gonna go with.
No telling where I'm even gonna be. I mean, I hope to be in somewhere.
And for all I know, I'll be forever alone. So,
yeah. Let's not get too personal in this.
Okay.
But you get the point, guys. It's been a fun ride. It really has, and I hope.
We don't know where we're going, but
no.
You've hopped on the GMA train per se,
and you'll get to travel along with us on this journey to success with this crap.
As I dig up more of this stuff that people are probably really wishing they could sue me for having, you guys can see that. He'll probably be fixing it because it's his.
It's my category. But it's just a real thing. It's a privilege to be a part of it. It really is. I didn't really think of it as much when I first joined. I just thought of it as sort of an amateur type of collector base, but man, I was wrong. I was so wrong.
It just shows that small actions can make a big change.
Agreed.
Bill Gates started Microsoft like his
garage.
Yeah.
I hope to be the next.
You started GMA with Chris Sauls.
Yep, good old Chris Sauls. And he's a good guy. He should, he's moved on to other things, but he was good when he was on the channel. He served his purpose very well, and he did very well on the channel. And I just wanted to thank you personally, Chris Sauls, if you're watching this video. If you do, if you stuck around this long, that you helped this channel grow. You helped create a baseline for it, and I couldn't thank you enough for that. And as well as the other GMA members, Joseph, Logan, Max, him, Donovan.
Thank you.
Jordan, especially, all the past members, Kevin, who else? I mean, there's just...
Did you mention Riley?
Yeah, Riley, especially Gemmy Inflatable Fans 98, he's a professional when it comes to inflatables, but he's also got talent, and he also collects a little of the animatronics, so, I'd like to thank him that for as well, and his Retro Skull, he's got skill. He really has skill in editing and stuff like that, and yeah.
Yeah,
Joseph.
I mean, some people are like, they'll say there's too many people on here, or you don't deserve the 5,000 because it's not just one person doing this. But I mean, it's really an amazing thing when you get people that have all these different traits and skills and bring them together and see what this creates. I mean, and the thing something you have to realize, this is just luck that he lives an hour and a half away from you, just pure luck. some people live. You would need to take an airplane.
2,000 miles away.
Yes.
You know, it's
like
across the country.
Like in all isolated North Dakota. You know.
Good old Jordan. But and then there's Australia. I mean, some could be living in another country, and there's no way.
Yeah, totally awesome. He's totally in Australia.
And yeah. But hopefully we'll get to see him one day, and hopefully we could do some sort of a GMA meetup for all you guys to see. And you know, this is partial.
I've met a few people. I've met Ethan Hyman, and I've met Halloween Haunt Guy. I met them both at the same time. He's met me, and Kevin and Jordan have met up with each other.
And Ivan, especially Ivan. You know, he's new to the channel, and he traveled all the way up from Argentina, you know, all the way down to South America just to visit his buddy Kevin, and that, you know, that's something else.
Costs money.
Yeah, a lot. But you know, I really look up to that. That's really
the way I think about it. If you're all religious or whatever, it's almost like God got these people and just sort of spread them far out to where they have to discover each other. Because, like, if you go up with this, like, oh, Beyblades or whatever, Skylanders. I had some Skylanders, yay. Like, everybody did that stuff. I mean, not everybody did this. So I think it's really special how we discovered each other through the social media and everything.
Sort of connected in some sort of way.
And now we're actually meeting each other in person. Because, I mean, if it weren't for Jordan making videos, like, we would all just be lost at this point. Like, we probably would have given up.
Good old BJV, too. Can't forget about him.
Probably would have given up. Just like, nobody else likes this but me, I'm weird. But
I mean, by all means, we're not normal. Don't even think that, you know.
Don't begin to say that we're normal people.
No, we're not.
And if you're watching this, you're probably not normal either. Not to judge you or anything.
It's just the way our brains work. It's, you know, we're not, I guess you could say we're not mentally completely handicapped.
We just have some shocking personalities.
Different interests.
Yes.
Different people, different interests.
Sorry for that cringe, by the way. But Jimmy
I'll get over it. Hopefully you guys can recover from that too. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this really special, significant 5,000 subscriber video.
Much longer than the other one.
Much longer, yeah. And
95% of you probably watched just the first 2 minutes. But if you're hearing this, thank you so much.
For you dedicated subscribers out there, we couldn't thank you enough. And we hope to see you in the near future, and we hope you stick around to watch us on our journey to hopefully success. So yeah.